how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yes, I'm good. So you're back to winning ways after Fulham. How does that feel?
Yeah, it was important. It's really important bouncing back from a loss, and it was a very disappointing one last week. And I think it shows good character from the squad to sort of redeem ourselves from last week and put on a good performance, get the 3 points, 3 goals. That's all we were after, really.
Yeah, I know you weren't on the score sheet, but you weren't shy of goals at all today. You're up for the corners trying, but does it feel to be good to get plenty of goals?
Yeah, as a team, it was something. Went for a bit of a dry patch of not really scoring a couple, but yeah, three this week, 2 last week. So we're back there. Need to get back to October ways when we were scoring goals for days, but yeah, it's important and it's nice. It gives us good momentum for this Sunday and weeks on. Yeah.
I suppose you could have scored more goals, but you are top of the table again. How does that feel, even with Fulham on 2 games in hand?
Yeah, it's important. I think all we can do at the moment is just focus on ourselves, win the games at hand, and all we can do is hope that they slip up. And you know, we're now putting the pressure on them. They've got to win their game tomorrow night and the one in hand. So yeah, that's all that's important.
Yeah. You talk about the game tomorrow. Obviously, they've got QPR. As a player, are you constantly sort of watching their games, or is it just all focused on Norwich?
I mean, I probably won't, but I know some people will. I think it's up to you, and you know, something will get put in if they're losing, but if they win, that's their job. And I think you can't expect them to slip up. They're a good side, and it's more of a hope really, and all we can do is focus on ourselves. Yeah. We'll be reflecting on this game.
Yeah, so next week, of Sunday I suppose it is now,
yeah.
You've got MK Dons. It has been moved, but I suppose, is it a benefit that it's now on a 3G pitch for you?
Oh, I don't really think it matters. I think it's nice to play on a big grass pitch. You know, we've got a lot of speed in the team and we can play with the ball well, but I think an Astro's fine. You know, it's our home pitch, and I think if we're used to playing on MK's pitch and we go to an Astro, it's a bit more of an issue, but today it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. All right, thank you and well done today. Hi, Evie, how are you?
I'm good, how are you, Izzi?
Yes, I'm good. So you're back to winning ways with a 3-1 win. How does that feel?
Yeah, brilliant. You know, I think the goals were brilliant. You know, Tash took us excellently. Riggs, left foot in the bottom corner was great, and Holly, yeah, the finish at the end was excellent. So 3 good goals, and yeah, we're happy with the 3 points.
Yeah. Ignoring the game for now, it does put you back on top of the table. How does that feel, even though Fulham have got some games in hand?
Yeah, look, the points on the board, I always say it's good. It looked good for 24 hours. Fulham now, it's over to them. They've got to go and perform and see what happens. So we'll see. We'll be watching that game and seeing what we need to do. Might be worth a trip to Craven Cottage, I don't know yet. But yeah, see what the rail service is like to London tomorrow.
Yeah, so back on the score sheet is Holly. Obviously, she's an ex-Sudbury player. How does it feel having those players with a bit inside knowledge like Faith?
Yeah, well, funny enough, we asked Faith within the game plan this week. We were saying, how do you think they will set up? What did you do when you were here with them at the start of the season rather than with us? And yeah, she told us what she thought they would do, and it was very similar. But again, full credit to Sudbury. I thought they played well tonight, created problems for us, and we have to try and match that. And like I said to the players, and I've said to other bits, that yeah, we got to earn the right, and I think that was a key message tonight.
Yeah, I know the midweek games are uncontrollable, but did it feel like a frustrating time for it to happen, obviously with the Fulham game, or were you just happy to have a break?
No, we were quite happy and quite pleased with it. It gave us a good bit of time to review the Fulham game, to get sort of over it to a certain extent, and then yeah, prepare and plan for this game. So yeah, we were quite pleased with it. It gives everybody a weekend off in regards to like actual playing a game, and we can just prepare for this game. So we normally would play Sunday, obviously, train, and then we're in on the Monday. So to have that natural break to train, to just prepare for it was different. So we were pleased. I was pleased with that anyway.
Yeah, so you are back on Sunday, but away to MK Dons. They have just moved the game. It is a 3G pitch though, but a different time. How does that feel for you as a team in terms of preparing for it?
The players might feel a bit differently. I don't mind. You know, we'll set off a little bit later, have a little bit of a lie-in and a bit more of a relaxing Sunday morning, and then yeah, it'll be played under the lights on the 3G at Bedford. So yeah, we'll be quite pleased with that. I'm quite pleased with it. Yeah, the stadium at Stadium MK is it's a nice pitch. Or sometimes it's a nice pitch. I presume it's not quite great at the moment, but yeah, for it to be played on 3G, we're happy with that.
Mm-hmm. So Poppy Groves, 2 games in now. Obviously, she hasn't scored a goal, and I don't think she's had much spoken about. But how do you think she's settled in, and how did that move come about?
It was very last minute. So the Leicester sort of mentioned that there was a player potentially available. She was looking to move from the PGA, was trained with the WSL side, and obviously been on the bench for them as well, and so was in and around things, but wasn't quite making their sort of level that they wanted. So we brought her into the session, brought her into the on like the Monday and the Tuesday. She came and looked round, and then yeah, it was just kind of like, right, well, can we make something happen? And we did. So yeah, she's been great. You know, I think she wants to she wants to play, she wants to improve. She was frustrated she didn't start the game today. We speak about that as well, and that's the tough part of my job, but it's full credit to her. She's come in and she's been brilliant. I think she's stuck to the girls and started to take to the environment really well, and what we have here is first class facility. So she's she'll be a big player for us towards the end of the season, because her ability is very good.
A final one from me. You obviously touched on Poppy not getting to starters. I'd describe the bench as pretty stacked at the moment. A lot of players who probably have started in multiple occasions. I know you've got some injuries, so that helps. But how are you keeping those players that are fit and ready to start, either starting on the bench or not playing at all?
Just trying to be as honest we can. I think you can name everyone that isn't in the squad tonight. Halsey, Poppy, Sienna have all been brilliant. They were excellent last night in the session. They prepared and worked really well to help us prepare well for the team. Then the likes of Hope has played a lot of games this season, and then we've moved it to the bench recently, and so I completely get their frustrations, because they'll feel that they haven't done anything wrong, and that's where the decision is just, I'm basing it on a few bits that I want tactically or positionally, whatever it might be, and it's hard to take, but what I can say, I think, and full credit to everybody, the professionalism of them has been excellent. So that's something that I've got to give them full credit for, because I've been in this situation a lot of times where players just aren't that professional with it, and they'll just start to moan and whinge and all those kind of things. And full credit to the girls, they don't do that. They get their heads down the graft, they do what they need to do, and we'll come and ask the questions and do it in a professional manner, which is all I can ask of them. It was not easy, but it's they've just got to keep working and grafting, because if the team's winning, and we've got to keep rolling with that. So it's full credit to them for being as professional as possible. But it's a tough job, because, as you say, the bench is pretty stacked, and then we've got players that were playing last year can't even make the bench at the moment. So everyone just keeps working, keeps grafting, and hopefully we'll keep getting the result.
Well done today. Thank you.
Cheers, Izzy.